What is going on, my fellow survivors, and welcome back to Enshrouded. Today we are going to be going over the 44 building blocks that are available in Enshrouded, the 8 ceiling tiles, and 4 road blocks. We're going to do a quick showcase of the blocks, and I'm going to show you exactly where on the map you're going to find the ones in the world chests. Now, some are just acquired via mining. I'll touch base on those, but I'm not going to go to those locations. So we're going to jump in. Starting off, we are going to end up with Mycelium Overgrown. Now, this can be mined from the fuzzy mycelium in the shrouded areas. Very easy to obtain early on, as it is actually right over there next to that wall, just down from the cinder vault. Next on the list, we have Granite. Now, Granite came in with update 4. It is obtained by mining in the Eve summits. It is the primary stone that is found up in that area. Next up, we have Polished Granite. Now, this one is going to take us up to the Eve summits to Gateway Outpost Bora, which is located right there on your map. Now, if you have not seen how to light all balefires quickly video that I have, I recommend going and watching it, as it will show you how to get an altar up here next to the dragon boss arena, and it makes it super simple to traverse the entire northern part of the map. So we're going to head up this way, come down to Outpost Bora, and I will pick you guys back up when I get there. Alright, I have just landed on the road just outside of Outpost Bora. We're going to come through the underpass, or the overpass, come around this way, up the steps. Go ahead and pull out our weaponry. Okay, and then from up here, we're going to jump, and glide. Now, this will say you need a lockpick. I simply just use my axe and break it down. A little bit of elbow grease gets us right into that door. Come down, kick open the chest, and there you have the polished granite block to add to your block palette. We are back at our staging ground, and next on the list comes palmwood. Now, palmwood is acquired by harvesting trees out in the Kindle wastes, which is off on the western side of the map. I do believe, yep, right there. There's an ancient spire directly out to the Kindle wastes. Next up is Conifer Wood. Now, this one's actually rather interesting, as it is acquired by harvesting trees in the Eve summit. However, there are certain trees up there that will drop regular wood, others will drop conifer wood. So just keep an eye out, make sure that you are picking up conifer wood if you plan to build with the conifer wood block palette. Next up is one of my personal favorites, the Obsidian Block. Now, this is actually acquired from the Forge of Obsidia, which is going to take us north into the Eve summits yet again, and it is going to be located right here. We're going to fast travel up to the dragon boss fight arena area, and we're just going to go across and come down. So I will meet you guys when I am at the Forge of Obsidia. Here we are at the Forge of Obsidia. Now, if you came in via the proper way of doing it, you will have come up through the cave and ended up at these steps. We need to go inside of here. And if you look right up above the lava vats, there is a grapple point that we need to grapple onto. And then we're going to do a little bit of parkour with the wall here. Up and over. Grab onto that. And once you're up at the top, pick open your golden chest and grab your obsidian block. Next up on our block palette is the red marble block. Now, this one is actually found within the Rebelwood Hallowed Halls. I will be taking you guys over to show you exactly where within the Hallowed Halls you will be able to find this block. Do bear in mind that trying to get the red marble is easiest done up in the Alban Eve summits at one of the 2 red marble quarries. So I'm going to make my way over to the Rebelwood Hallowed Halls. The Rebelwood Hallowed Halls is due west of the Rebelwood's fast travel point. So we are heading to right there. We are at the 5th checkpoint within the Rebelwood's Hallowed Halls. From the checkpoint, we're going to open the door I just went through. Try not to walk into the green stuff like I just did. I'm going to come up to the first intersection and hang a right. Come down this way, hang a left. Glide your way down the steps. Bank to the left. Go ahead and land, recoup some stam. Now, if you're wishing to proceed on, you'll go to the right. However, we need to go across all this mess right here. And what we are after is in this silver chest. There you go. There we have the red marble block. Next on the list is refined sandstone. Now, this one's actually fairly simple to get. If you mine out in the Kindle Waste, you're going to get sandstone, which will unlock this block. Moving on, we have refined stone. Now, this one will become available to you after you obtain the masonry tools for your carpenter. Yes, that sounds a little weird, but your carpenter wants masonry tools. Next up, we have refined wood. This one is one of the first blocks that you should acquire, as all it requires is for you to simply chop down a tree and acquire wooden logs. Next up, we have regular sandstone. Now, this is going to pop the same time as your refined sandstone, as all it requires is for you to mine sandstone from the Kindle Wastes. Then we move on to regular stone. This is going to be over by Lupa's lair next to the ruined bridge. As you can see, I am just north of the Cinder Vault. So if we come northeast, Lupa's lair, ruined bridge. The fastest way to get there is going to be going to the Nomad Highlands fast travel point and gliding south. So I'm going to head here and I'll pick you guys up when we are closer to the ruined bridge. Alright, we are currently standing right out front of the ruined bridge. So we are going to go across, mine the holes. Dispatch him. Thank you. Okay, once your bridge is clear, you are going to want to aim for that right there. Walk forward, open your chest, and there you will have unlocked the regular stone block. Next in the lineup is the roughly cut stone. Now, in order to obtain this block, we are going to need to go to Netherton. If I am looking at my map, Ancient Spire Springlands, over to the Ancient Vault for the Hunter, and then just northeast of that is our target location. So I'm going to fast travel to the Ancient Spire in the Springlands, and I'm going to glide my way over towards Netherton. We are just above Netherian. As you can see, it is actually down in the Shroud. There is a path that leads into it, but I am also up next to the obelisk. What we're going to do is we are going to drop down right there, glide on over right here. We are going to search this box, and there you have it. Your roughly cut stone block is now added to your block palette. Our next one on the list is going to be rough flintstone. Now, this is actually easily obtained simply by mining flintstone that you can actually find on the cliff side of the cliff wall directly ahead of me, which is just next to the backside of Long Keep. It'll actually be right up in this area right here. So this is another great starter block to add to your early game building palette. We are going into rough sandstone. This is yet a third block that you will unlock by simply mining sandstone, and that can be acquired in the Kindle Wastes. Next up on the list, we have rough stone. Now, if while you're mining that rough flintstone on the side of the keep, you might end up with a piece of stone in your inventory. As soon as you pick up a piece of stone, you are going to be granted the building block. Next up on the list is going to be rough wood. You should obtain this one after chopping down a regular tree, which is any of the trees just outside of the Cinder Vault, or pretty much anywhere on the map in the Springlands area. Again, this is going to be one of your first blocks in your block palette that you will acquire. Next up is Shroud wood. That one should be pretty self-explanatory, but if it is not, down inside of the Shroud, primarily in this region right in here, next to Braylon Bridge and so on, you will see trees within the Shroud itself. You will want to chop down one of the trees. This does not include the mushroom stalks or the funny giant fungal things. It has to be one of the darkened trees in the actual Shroud. Once you pick up the logs from the Shroud wood type, you will be granted this building block, which in my personal opinion is a really nice wood block. Next up in our list, we have tarred wood. Now, this one will unlock as soon as you acquire tar. Now, in order to acquire tar, you are going to need the charcoal kiln, some wood logs, and some dirt. Next in our list comes weathered stone block. This is actually found in the Bramble Spine Boneyard Catacombs. Alright, if I bring up my map, we are still down in the staging area. We are going to want to go to the Ancient Spire Revelwood fast travel point, and Bramble Spine Boneyard is going to be just due northeast. Alright, we are right outside of the Bramble Spine Boneyard Catacombs. As you can tell, it is actually down in the Shroud, so we are going to go ahead, open it up, and head on in. Okay, we are inside the Bramble Spine Boneyard Catacombs. We're going to come in. I did not have any lockpicks, so I broke a hole right to the side of the gate. Going to come up the steps. Watch out for the lightning bolts. Just on the back side, there is a button. We're going to press that button. Drop down. Come through the door. You will need arrows, because you have to stand on this and shoot that to activate the button up top, which will then grant access to this way. Come around, come down. We want to come around to here. Press this button, backtrack through this door right here. do believe my wisp left me. Okay. Come around this way. Jump over the spikes. I'm going to come into the dark room. Unfortunately, it's extremely dark, and I don't have the means of making a torch. But I want up that ladder. Yes, I've got something that will glow, I believe. There we go. A little bit of light for us. Alright, once we're up top, we're going to come over to our right. We just came up right in this area. So we are going to come over this way, and there's going to be a door right here. Open the door. Open the chest. And there is your weathered stone blocks to add to your palette. Next up on our list is the white Luminescent block. Now, this one requires white glowing substance, which is made at the alchemist using dirt, mycelium, bone meal, and wood acid. We have the well block. This one comes from the Kindle Wastes elixir well. So if I bring up my map and I come over toward the Kindle Wastes, there's going to be an elixir well there, an elixir well there, and finally an elixir well right here. The elixir well that we are looking for is going to be this one right here. Now, it just so happens that Risky, who plays on the server, has Dawn's Shadow Tavern just to the north of where we need to go. However, if you do not have a fast travel point like I do, you will simply go to the Ancient Spire inside of the Kindle Wastes and glide down to this elixir well. I always recommend grabbing the respawn anchor before descending. As there's been a time or two that I may or may not have fallen to my death going down. Definitely do not like the boom bugs. Dispatch those guys. Get rid of the Shroud root. And now we have to throw the monstrosity. Once the fell monstrosity is dead, we're going to come over here, kick open our chest, and there is our well block to add to our block palette. Now, something to bear in mind is this is actually a quest that your carpenter will eventually give you as well. The next in our list is the blue luminescent block. Now, this can be obtained by mining luminous growth in cave systems. Usually, this is not in the Shroud. So you'll need to find caves not inside of the Shroud. This is very similar looking to Mycelium as far as the blue hue. But I know there are a couple of caves around the map that have this just growing. Next up, we have the bone block. This one is actually attached to a quest. I forget who the quest giver is, but it is going to be obtained from the hidden tomb, which is right there. Very short travel from the ancient spire and the Springlands. So we're going to fast travel to here. I'm going to glide down, and I will see you guys at the hidden tomb. Alright, we are just outside the hidden tomb. There is the fast travel point. I just glided down pretty much in a straight line. And we are now heading down into the hidden tomb. There should be a repair station down here at the bottom. And it is simply full of spiders. Easy enough to get through. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that there should be... Yes, this is the luminous growth that will unlock the blue luminescent block. But also right here in this casket is the bone block to add to your block palette. Next up, and in my opinion, is one of the ugliest blocks that they could have come up with. It looks like something that would be found in a 70s diner's bathroom. But it is the bronze block. This is acquired as soon as you pick up a bronze bar. In order to make the bronze bar, you need to smelt tin and copper together in the smelter. Next up, we have the mixed sandstone block, which is found at the scavenger outpost. So if I bring up my map, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to look for the ancient spire in Nomad Highlands. I'm going to scroll in just a little bit, and we are looking for scavenger outpost right here. There is the fast travel point. There is the outpost. And just glide pretty much off of the fast travel point over to the outpost. Granted, I did drop down just to show you that you will need to fight some things in order to get through. And yes, there is that green cleaver guy in here who is really annoying. I actually need that wolf meat. Now, do not be fooled. This chest does not contain the block that we need, because there is a distraction. The block we are after is up. Yeah, try not to fall through the floor like I just did. Once you reach the top, kick open your golden chest, and you will be granted the mixed sandstone block. Next up on the list is the castle wall block. Now, this one can be found in the mining rift. If I bring up my map, I've got to relocate. Where was I at? Over there. Right over here. Now, it is south of the Nomad Highlands Hallow Halls, or west of the Nomad Highlands fast travel point. So I'm going to make my way over to the mining rift via my fast travel up here. Easiest thing for you guys to do would be the Nomad Highlands and glide west. So I will see you when I get over there. Okay, we have just approached the mining rift. Now the chest we are looking for is going to be that silver chest right there. So we're going to come up over here. Glide, open, and add the castle wall stone block to our block palette. We are back again, and up next we have the Plaited. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but it looks to be almost like a wicker style wood block. Now, this one is located at the abandoned Vukah village in Blackmire. So if I bring up my map and I come up north, I'm going to head up to the Blackmire fast travel point, and I will meet you guys when I get to the actual location of the abandoned village so I can show you properly on the map where it is at. So I had my directions backwards. From the ancient spire in the Blackmire. It is not over here where I originally thought it was. It is actually over here to the west. You'll be looking for the giant log that is over the Shroud area, and then we are looking for that grapple hook point right up there. We're gonna come right up here, give her a double jump, pull ourselves up again, pull out our pickaxe, and buried in the rubble is your plated block to now add to your block palette. The next one in the list is the Vukah Temple block, which comes from, you guessed it, Treetop Vukah Settlement. So rather than go back and back again, we're going to go collect the block, then I'll show you what the block looks like. So let me get over to the treetop and let it become daylight, and I will see you guys then. All right, we are in front of the Treetop Vukah Settlement. We are going to come in, try not to fall in the trap like I just did. Go up to the left. Go the right direction. So it is actually up and to the right. On another trap. Mr. Shaman. Nope. I went down one too many levels. Go back up. Should be Ah, right there. We are looking for that grapple point right there to bring us on up. Come up the steps. Over and up. Over this way. Gotta love the traps. But we're going to continue up. Up. You can grab that buff if you'd like. But we are going to continue up some more. Around this way. Into this room. Be careful if you're doing this at level, as there is a Vukah Brawler type guy. I know he's not actually the Brawler's the giant. But that guy still hurts. We came in from right over there. There is a stairwell right here to the left. We are going to go down. Open the door. Jump over the gap. Kick that open, and there is the Vukah Temple blocks to add to your palette. Back at the staging ground, this is the second Vukah block that we had just picked up. This is the Vukah Temple block. That was the Plaited block that was in the abandoned Vukah, and that is the one that is in the Vukah tree. Next up, we have our city wall block. Alright, if I bring up my map, again, we are still just north of the Cinder Vault. Fun Song Frontier is going to be right here, which is east of the Revelwood fast travel point. It is also where you will get the circular saw blades for your carpenter. So we have just used our glider coming east, and we are now at the Fun Song Frontier. Fron Song Frontier, excuse me. Okay, our saw blade is right here if you need that for your carpenter. Now, we need to go across the bridge and up the tower, but there is also a matron here, so make sure you are doing it at the appropriate level so you do not get yourself killed. Pardon. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright, once the matron is dead, come up the steps. Up the steps again. Don't get yourself stuck in the bear trap. Ignore that unless you want the golden chest at the top of the tower. But you're going to come around this direction, head down these steps, up this ladder, and add the city wall block to your build palette. The next block in our list is going to be copper, which is fairly easy to acquire. All you need to do is smelt down a copper ingot or copper bar, and you will unlock the copper building block as soon as you do that. Next up, we have the Desert City block, which is found in Bristlebush Village. If I bring up my map, I am looking for the Nomad Highlands fast travel point, and just to the southeast is Bristlebush. We are right outside of Brittle-bush. We're gonna drop in, come right over here to Faraway Gray Tavern, which is a quest, I believe, given by the farmer. We're gonna come in, lockpick this open, and there is our Desert City wall block. Alright, back at the staging grounds, the next one on the list is the Desert Temple block, which you can see behind me. This comes from the Southwest Sun Temple. So we are looking for this Sun Temple right here. It is actually near Deep Cut and just past Surat's Rest. Now, easiest way I have found to get over there is to take the low metals spire and just kind of glide over and then make your way over. I am standing just outside of the Sun Temple. We're going to go ahead and head in. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this one does require us to solve a puzzle or two in order to gain access to the building block. Kill those things off. Yep. Alright, so we're going to come in here. Of course, I don't have a lockpick yet again. Can we get a wee bit of light here? Maybe? This thing? No? Okay. Let's go ahead and shoot through the windows with your bow or wand. And that will activate the buttons. Grant us access to this button, which is one of 3 needed for the primary door. Slip back out this way. It's fairly simple. Press the button and just match the pattern on the ceiling. As long as you stay on the pattern, you are good to go to come forward and hit the button. Now, if you happen to not hit the right button, it would basically just shut that door over there, and you have to hit that button again and start it again. That's what we came in at. So we should have hit that one, and now we need to go over and hit that one. Okay, all 3 buttons are hit. Go back out. Come over to the main building. Grab your golden chest. Those things are annoying. But we are going to make our way up, and we're going to search the corpse at the top in order to obtain our desert temple block. Next on the list is a rather interesting one. This is the Ectoplasm block that comes from the Nomad Highlands Hallowed Halls. So I'm going to go over there, figure out how many checkpoints you go through, and show you where to pick up this block. The Hallowed Halls that we are heading to does require you to have the Nomad Highlands Hallowed Halls key. We actually have a fast travel point to it, but it is due east of Pikes Mead. We are inside the Nomad Highlands Hallowed Halls. Words. I have been to one checkpoint and have gotten to the point where you fall through the hole in the floor. Now, this is going to lead down to the puzzle room, but as you can see, right there in front of me is a golden chest. We are going to drop in onto that chest. Or we're going to light ourselves on fire. Either way, we're going to make our way back around to the top up there and grab that golden gem. Grab that rune along the way. Okay, why can I not? No bad. Okay. And there we have our Ectoplasm block. Next up on our list is Fancy Stone. This has got to be one of my top 5 favorites just due to the fact it is actually extremely ornate on the inside. Doesn't have a bad texture on the outside. But this one is found at Raven's Keep. That is just north of Surat's Rest, or northeast of the Low Meadows fast travel point. We are just outside of Raven's Keep. We're going to follow the road up. Follow the road up, grab your waypoint, Continue in. Open this door here. Open the door to your right. Flip the lever. Be mindful of the guy that will be guarding the lever. That will open this door. Go ahead and come forward. Be mindful of the guy to your right. Go ahead and hop it down. Open that door there. Now, this one will still be shut as it requires the button. Where did he go? Ah, yes. Okay, yeah, you'll fall down. Come to this door here. You'll flip this lever, which will then open this door. Once you have this door open, come in, hit this button right here. It will then open this door with this silver chest. Kick open your chest, and there you have added the fancy stone. Next up is the fired brick. This is acquired when you make fired bricks in the kiln, which is done with the blacksmith workstation. Next on the list is the green luminescent block. You can acquire this block by learning purified slime at the collector. The collector is collected out of the Springland Hallow Halls. We have the half timbered block, which will be acquired at Daedwin. I do believe it is tied to a quest with the carpenter. If I bring up my map, Ancient Spire Revelwood is right there. Daedwin is right there. One quick glide down into the center of Daedwin. We're going to come right over to this tent right here. I'm going to kick open this silver chest. And there's our half timbered block. Next up, we have the brick timbered. Now, you can get this block from the sewers in Fort Kelvin. Let me bring up my map. We're going to go northeast ever so slightly, right there. And it looks like Revelwood. So I'm going to travel down to Fort Kelvin. I do know you're going to need lockpicks with this one. My guess on the tower was correct. We have made it to Fort Kelvin. We are actually at the lower side entrance that leads directly into the sewers. Okay, once we come in, we're going to go straight. A bunch of muck. Forward, hang left, go past the steps, hang left, down the steps, and to the left. And there is our brick timbered blocks. Next up in our lineup, we have the highly polished stone block. This one comes from the Scavenger Matron down in Ocean's Heart. If I bring up my map, all the way over here to the east is Ocean's Heart. Easiest way for y'all to get there would be the Kindle Waste fast travel and glide down. I am just outside of Ocean's Heart, also known as East Lapis. So if you end up at East Lapis, you'll just go to the back side and it'll end up being Ocean's Heart. But I'm going to jump in via the wall back here. I'm going to ignore most of this. And now we are in Ocean's Heart. That way is the front entrance from East Labyrinth. Hello, big guy. And that is the scavenger matron that we need to kill in order to acquire the blocks. Quick work of her. Kill them. Search your body. And there you have your highly polished stone. Next up on the list, we have the Hallowed Halls block. Now this one is acquired via the first Hallowed Halls you go to, which is in the Springlands. It is quite literally right there. So we're going to head over, and I'm going to show you where inside the Hallow Halls to acquire this block. So we are in the Springland Hallowed Halls at checkpoint number 4. After you get the checkpoint, you're going to proceed this way down the steps. You are going to initiate the bridge sequence, which for those of you not know, for those of you don't, it's going to be fun. Take an immediate left, up the steps, and now we have the Hallowed Halls block. Back at our staging grounds, we are now looking at the iron block. Me personally, I think would be something dungeony, but those walls just kind of throw it off for me. The way to get this is simply by acquiring an iron ingot. Next up, we have limestone. Now, you would think that you would acquire this by mining limestone. However, that is not the case. We have to go to Surat's Rest in the Watchtower to acquire this block. Now, if you remember, Surat's Rest was right down here. We are going to travel up to the Nomad Highlands Ancient Spire, and we are going to come down this way. That is a bridge that's half enshrouded, half not. But if you use the low meadows, you're going to end up having to climb a whole bunch of stuff going around this way. It's just easier to take the Nomad Highlands and work your way down. We are just outside of Surat's Rest. There is a respawn anchor right here. If you are doing this at level, you should be okay. Above level, outstanding. If you are trying to get this block while being below level, you're gonna have problems. So, I recommend picking up that respawn point. Go ahead and fight our way in. I believe most of the mobs in here are level 18 to 19. We need to go to the backside of Surat's Rest. Thank you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we need to go over this direction. Yes. We're going to come around the corner come up these steps. Now, if you have double jump, you should be able to jump up here, jump up here. If you do not have double jump, you will go up the steps, walk over to that wooden platform right there, grappling up to that, and very carefully come over and grab the limestone block. Number 44, and the final building block in our palette lineup is metal. Now, this one to me has the cleanest look out of all the metal variants, as it does not have some weird wacky pattern in the middle. This one here is, again, within my top 5, as I would probably use this to build an actual dungeon type scenario. Moving on to your 4 road/path blocks. You have your standard dirt, which of course is just made with dirt. You have your granite road. Now you can actually mine this block in the Albanese Summit. You will see some granite roads. If you mine some, you'll actually learn how to make it. This is your smooth stone road/path variant. This just requires stone and dirt. And this is your rocky stone, which again is just stone. Okay, moving on to our roof tile sets. We are going to start out with the standard roof tile. Once you acquire clay, you should unlock that tile. Next, we have the tarred tile roof block. That is unlocked when you unlock tar. This is the most expensive roof tile set in the game currently, but also one of the best looking. This is the Ornate Granite Shingle, and I do believe this one unlocks once you have a silver bar and granite. Here we are looking at the tarred straw roof. This one I believe unlocks when you have tar and straw. This is the Granite Shingle, which is unlocked via just obtaining some granite. Not quite as ornate. This one still looks pretty good, but does not require that silver bar. Up next we have the straw. That is the untarred version of that one down there. And you will unlock that as soon as you acquire actual straw. This is the basic starter roof, and this is simply plant fiber. And last but not least, we have the stone shingled roof. You will unlock this one as soon as you pick up a piece of stone. That concludes all 44 building blocks available in Update 4 Enshrouded. How to get them, where to get them, all 8 roof tile sets, and the 4th path blocks. I really hope that they add in some more roof tiles, as well as some path blocks. Honestly, can't wait to see what they bring in with Update 5 as far as building blocks go. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out our other content as well. Hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.